Welcome to Deel's first ever Future Work Policy Summit.
One of the things that AI promises is the ability to do personalized training so that they get the training that they need. People learn in different ways. There are people who learn by doing, people who learn by reading, people who learn by listening. If we can understand that and understand how to deliver that material to them in the most productive way, wow, we've really got something.
How do we use AI to make workers more productive, actually make jobs better, so that the jobs that workers should never have done in the first place are no longer on human backs and human hands?
Overwhelming majority of job training is unsubsidized training in the private sector. But where there are gaps to be filled, the Department of Labor provides the federal funding to fill those gaps.
Immigrants come and they bring 5 critical inputs into every economy: talent, investment, innovation, consumption, and taxes. Immigrants are just 16% of the innovative workforce, but responsible for 36% of all patents in the US, so they punch way above their weight.
Deel is doing a great job helping American business and helping expand our opportunities for exports, being more competitive. The cost is still way too high. We need to streamline the process.
When I talk to managers, they tell me they'd rather have a prostate exam than go through the complication of hiring an immigrant, given how difficult it is. So a platform like Deel that can smooth out the process, remove the friction, allows companies to get the talent they need, both here and in other countries. It allows people in different locations to coordinate and do the work that we need to do. And that preserves jobs for Americans. That creates better products for Americans. Not just about this system being good for immigrants, it's about the system being good for us.
A study by the Quarterly Journal of Economics showcased that 60% of the jobs done today did not exist in the 1940s. 92 million jobs could be done fully remotely by 2030, up from 73 million today.
Every industry now is fighting for top talent because that is a big competitive differentiator. You have to go where the talent is, and that's one of the forces driving a more global workforce, a more remote workforce. The second trend that's playing out is almost every company now, much earlier in their life cycle, is a multinational company. It used to be that small companies used to serve a local market first, but now, whether it's because you're going for talent or because distribution is so accessible to people, you see even very small companies having to be more global from day one.
There's a study I'm about to put out on LinkedIn by Arpit Gupta from NYU, looking at success rates of young companies, so those less than 10 years. And he looks at millions of them across the US. And what he shows is post-pandemic, the ones that are fully remote are actually more successful in the sense that A, they're growing faster in terms of employment, and B, they're growing faster in terms of revenue and output. And he puts it down primarily to they have higher hiring rates and lower quit rates.
To be successful, whether fully remote or hybrid, you need a coherent strategy in the sense that if you're committing to be fully remote, then you need the norms, the processes around who you recruit, how you do onboarding, how you set up a culture for a fully remote company, how communication patterns happen, how you identify top performers and do promotions. There are lots of challenges in hiring remote employees. You have to deal with local regulations. You have to create entities in countries. You have to figure out what the right pay scale is. One of the reasons I joined the Deel board is because Deel and companies like Deel address a difficult hurdle that companies face in accessing the global talent pools. All of the things I listed need to be much easier, and leadership teams are just turning to their HR department saying, make it happen.
As AI technology has become a part of so many different sectors and continues to have a really important role, you get very nervous about the big players in the space coming in with a set of regulatory recommendations, which ultimately would hamper innovation and push out smaller players. We should focus on the foundational elements, the language models, using blockchain as a solution for credentialing and providence credentialing.
What we have to do is center workers in the conversation about how we use AI to enhance their jobs so that they can think about what those jobs look like, as opposed to just rushing to adopt AI for excessive automation. And the tax code has implications there. And we don't have the same tax credits for investing in worker training and in worker enhancement.
I think we all agree, regardless if you're an R or a D, that we have to have a national data privacy standard. The piecemeal work that has been done state by state, it's just not sustainable. No company has the bandwidth to comply with 50 different states' data privacy regulations.